Well, Steve, it's so great to have you. Thanks for joining us all the way from France. Really good to chat to you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's yeah, it's quite different being away from home in this hard time, but I'm sure
True.
all all is gonna be well after a while, eh? So we just have to take it easy through this hard time.
That's good. Well, Steve, let's start off with the first question. I know that you take hockey very seriously. So how's... No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'm thinking now, I'm
You,
like, what's going on? Me and hockey.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Um, you attended Sarel Cilliers in Glencoe, quite a proud rugby school. Do you still stay in touch with them?
Yes, I was last in at school, uh, beginning of Feb, because I came back to South Africa for 2 weeks. So I
Oh,
went
no.
back on in Feb and I had a training session with the first team players, because I
Oh, brilliant.
also had to hand in the jersey of the club that I'm currently playing for. So
Nice. Very, very
we
good.
we are still in touch with the coaches, with most of the teachers. The principal that I was close with, unfortunately, he decided to resign last year. So it's not that my access is not that easy anymore, because normally I could just give him a call and be like, I wanna pop in at school and everything is good. But we still have that relationship with the school, and yeah, because we are I'm planning on trying to get the old boys more involved, because
Oh, good.
we want to make it we want to make it a powerhouse school again,
Yes.
because it seems like a lot of guys are losing touch.
Mm.
So trying to bring everyone back together, because normally, because I finished school in 2009, 2010, 2011, we had all boys games. So all boys came to play during the Sarel Cilliers Rapid Day, and then we had a
Okay.
lot of guys coming in. So we've been having a problem with guys popping in now. So we're just trying to bring that vibe back so the kids can see all the guys that have been through the system and where they are now and what are they doing and all. So that's my plan. I don't know if it's
That's
gonna work, but
awesome.
it's gonna take
I'm
time.
sure it will. I'm sure it will. It's good. Because before we chat about your time in France, you spent a bit of time at the Sharks Academy and you played for the Pumas as well. But you were a bit hungry for more, weren't you? You wanted to broaden your horizons.
Yes, yes. I wanted to, but what actually happened with the Pumas? It's actually a sad story,
Oh,
because I was at the Sharks Academy for 2 years, and I only ended up making the Sharks under 21 squad, under 19 squad. Sorry about that. Under 19 squad in 2010, and I couldn't make it to the final team. And then 2011, I had a problem with my knee where I tore my PCL, so I had to do an operation. So I
yeah.
had to do a PCL reconstruction on my right knee.
Oh,
That's my kicking knee. So,
yeah.
and then
Man.
I did my op on the 30th of November 2011, and then I moved in with my aunt in Midrand. So I went to Joburg. I was there. I started doing rehab, and I started playing again with my friend Edwards. So he wanted me to play the interfaculty rugby with him. So I played. And then I got a call from the Pumas under 21s. They asked me to come play for them. Am I fit enough?
Brilliant.
Everything was fine. I was running again. And then I played my last game at Vets. We were playing the semi-final. The guys were like, yeah, come play. I'm like, okay, one more game. Just 10 minutes into the game, a guy knocks me on the knee. The same knee that was hit.
Ouch.
So then
Mm.
I had to make a decision whether I go to the doctor, I check it out, hear what he says, or I just soldier on and go to the Pumas. So I decided to go. The first session on Monday, I was limping, and the coach was like, "We know you haven't been training for a while, so we'll take it easy for you." And then I carried on. I carried on, and uh, on Wednesday, I got an SMS. The coach was like, "Yeah, we selected you for the team. You're gonna play on Saturday. We were playing against SWT on Saturday at Mbombela Stadium." So I was happy about that. I'm like, yes. So they didn't have all my details. The newspaper article comes out on Friday. So when the newspaper article comes out, it puts up the team, and then they're like, number 22, Michael Dube. So they didn't even know my name. Michael Dube on 22. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Go to the game, and the 19s play. Then I go to strap my knee. As I'm strapping my knee, I put my bag on the number 22 box. So I put my bag there. I'm like, go strap my knee. After strapping my knee, I get back. There's a guy sitting on my spot. I'm like, okay, what's happening here? Because the way I was thinking, I'm like, my first week, I'll
Oh,
start on the bench, then work my way up to the starting lineup and whatnot. So, guy sitting on my spot, I'm like, okay, what's going on? And then the coach is like, Dube, you playing 15? Okay, I'm playing 15. I'm starting now. Then I move on. So I go in, we start playing. So you know how it is when you injured and you in between whether okay, I must make sure I shouldn't hurt my knee, I must play well, and I still had to impress myself because it was my
true.
first game there.
Yeah.
So our fluff got a knock on the head first half,
Ooh.
and they took him off at halftime. So halftime score, we were behind 2010. We were losing at halftime. And then the coach is like, Dube, I'm moving you to 10. I'm like,
Okay.
okay. So now I'm in Pumalanga. All the moves are in Afrikaans. not that not that I don't know Afrikaans, but all the moves are in Afrikaans. Now I have to memorize everything. And
Yeah.
since I was in Durban, I was playing for Jaguars, and we were playing running rugby. And in Sarel, we were playing running rugby. Our structure was based on just playing the forwards, playing it slow, not rushing everything. I'm like, okay, fine. Rock up there, we start playing, and SWT is playing a running game. I'm like, you know what? The only way we're gonna win, I'd rather play fire with fire. Let me play how I'm used to playing.
Yeah.
So then
Absolutely.
we start running everything. Because now I was running the show. We run everything. Run
That's
everything.
brilliant.
Luckily, when the game was finished, we won
Oh,
34-27.
there we go. There we go.
So the assistant coach comes to me, is like, "You're not a fullback, you're a fly half." I'm like, "Okay,
That's brilliant.
thanks, coach.
Yeah.
Thanks, coach." After the game, the forwards come to me, like, "Dube, we don't play like that. We play slow. We don't play quick."
Yeah, that's it. Someone would be upset. Yeah. That's brilliant. Yeah. So
So,
then,
yes,
after all of that, now you've ended up in France and you're playing for Saint-Denis. Is that if I said it correctly?
yes. We are in
Um.
French. They normally say Saint-Denis or Saint-Denis. So
Oh,
but it's fine. It's fine.
Saint-Denis. Yeah. Okay. And how have you found the change? Sure, it's a very different culture and people see things quite differently there. Have you adapted quite nicely? Enjoying it?
Yes. It's my second season in France because the first season I was playing at Compiègne, so it's an hour away from Paris. Because Saint-Denis is like 10 minutes from 10 k's, or it's less. It's just close to Paris. So coming to the new club, Saint-Denis, it's a great feeling. I won't lie to you.
That's
It's
that's
awesome.
awesome.
It's nothing different compared to playing for any other club in South Africa because we've got a great vibe. We just I've been telling everyone. Even we had a chat with the president not so long ago. I was like, in this club, it's a different feeling. It's not that rugby feeling, just rugby feeling that you have. You have the brotherhood. It's the same as if you're at home. You feel at home when you're here. The guys are together. Whatever we do, we always do it together. And if
Uh,
you're in need of help, the guys are always there for you.
yeah.
So when we win, we celebrate. You could swear we won the World Cup. We play music in the change room. We dancing. It's fun. It's awesome times.
So typical like French flair, French passion. Eh? They really get stuck in. They really get involved.
Yes, yes. Really get involved.
Can you talk a few French words? Eh? Like how do you say "I like rugby" in French?
You know what? You know, at
Uh,
times when I'm not ready to speak French, everyone's like, "Can you please speak French for
yeah.
me?" Then said sometimes I know I butcher a lot of names because with pronunciation, it gets tough because there are certain words that are what you call that you don't have to say. And with me coming from the English background or Zulu background, we know that every word that's written there has to be said out loud. So, so I think if I'm not mistaken, I should be saying J'aime beaucoup rugby. So I
Ah,
love rugby very much. So I'm sure that's the correct way to say it.
that's good. Let's just go a bit back to your playing position. And of life, obviously, sort of known as like the general of the backline. Who was your
A very close coach who I can call a mentor as well, because normally we have chats and I let him know how things are going. Butch James. So
okay, great.
I used to look at I used to look up at Butch James while he was still playing, because luckily 2014 he coached us at UKZN. So that's how we got closer and we started talking more. And luckily now I have a chance to even be in contact with him via WhatsApp.
Oh,
And
awesome.
also got an opportunity 2017 to be coached by Dick Meir.
Sure,
So
great. Eh?
I luckily I also got close with him, and we also have chats now and again. But a guy who I always look up to, and my friend was saying yesterday, he was telling me that if there's a celebrity that I will cry to, is Dan Carter.
That's a jolly good choice. I mean, that guy is, yeah, you can't, no one, yeah, he is the best. So,
Yeah,
yeah, no, some good choices there.
it's simply amazing, because
Yeah.
the thing is, it's one thing I always tell my friends or anyone else when you speak about rugby. Like with Dan Carter, when you look at him, he looks slow. Whatever everything he does, he's slow. He passes. Everything is got that slow motion. But the time he takes a gap, then out of the blue is so fast. It bursts into pace, and yeah. So
Sorry. Yeah.
so yeah.
I've got someone. Sorry, let me just. Are you still there?
Yes, yes, I'm still here.
Let me just do this. Sorry to interrupt you there.
No problem.
I forgot to turn my do not disturb on. So now people have been trying to phone me. Sorry. There we go.
Yeah, no problem.
Good. Thanks so much. Okay. That's brilliant. And I hear something very funny. I've heard something very funny about you. That you actually, when you kick for poles, you kick off a cone. You don't kick off a tee.
I used to. I
Oh, okay.
yeah, that changed last year on my first season in France, because everyone was like, Dube, why don't you kick off a tee? I'm like, no, it's too fancy and I stick to basics. So I kept on using my cone every time until I think we're playing, there's a team called Rugby. We're playing against them. So every time when I tried to kick, I was busy losing my footing. It was slippery. It was muddy all over. So something I'm not used to. And then I started investing myself. I bought the Rapid Bricks T. So
Okay.
it's the Rapid Bricks Vortex T. So I started using that one. It was the first time in my life I started kicking the ball on the tip, because I never used to kick the ball on the tip. For me, I wanted to feel the whole ball and then smash it.
Yeah.
So then, that's when I started changing. So if my T is not around, I decide not to kick. I've been that guy. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna go back to the cone. I'm sticking to using the T. So
Uh,
it it was good for me, all from
yeah.
a cone. So I think that's how I got so used to it, and it was never a problem for me until I got here. So now here, one mistake, then everything goes pear shaped. So yeah, I think that's why I changed. But in any
Okay.
day, if that's my only way of, I'll kick with the cone any day. Because if I think normally when I lose my way, then I'm like, okay, I need to go back to basics. Then I go back to using a cone to
Mm.
get myself back, because that's where I started. You know how they say you have to go back to your roots. So I always
Yeah.
go to my
That's
roots
true.
in using
That's brilliant.
it.
um, and you were chatting earlier, sorry, a bit about running rugby, and we were talking about France. And that style of running rugby, do you feel it's better suited in France as well, and it suits your type of gameplay?
Well, the club that I'm playing for now, it suits in perfectly.
Okay.
The rugby that I love to play, and the coach that we have and the game plan that he gives us, it works perfectly for
Oh,
the
that's
type
good.
of game I play.
That's good.
Yeah, I think the only problem is, I'll be honest with myself. This season I didn't have it wasn't one of my best seasons. Didn't play
Okay.
that well. I was on and off. But yeah, with the way that we're playing, and I always have a chat with the coach, and he tells me what he wants. So it makes it so much easier when you have that connection with your coach. Because normally, if you're not in the same line of thinking, then everything doesn't go well. So
Hmm.
I'm to be honest, where I'm at now is totally great for me, because
That's good.
it will help me grow as a player, and it doesn't require me to change as much from how I normally play,
Ah,
except
that's
having to call out the names in French. That's the only difference.
Uh, I know we were sort of comparing South African rugby and French rugby, and they've both got their positive things. But what's the one thing that you love about French rugby? What could it be?
One thing I love about French rugby, that's a difficult question. I'm trying to I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Because one thing I don't love about French rap is the fact that we don't get much time on advantages. Yo, it's
Oh,
so
really?
bad. Yeah,
That's
it depends on the majority of the referees. They knock a ball on, you pick it up as you start running, like "Prr, scrum, your ball." I'm like, advantage? What
interesting.
happened to the advantage?
So they
So
very much, yeah, they stick to the rules, and the rules are the rules, and they don't give much leeway. Very sure.
n- normally, oh yeah, while you're speaking about that, with our new rule system, yo, it's so bad. It's terrible, because we there's a guy who passed on last year. Yeah, last year from Stade Francais. And then they started changing the rules, trying to make things more easy to lessen the injuries on the head, to lessen head injuries. So now what they came up with, which is even worse, they said if you make a tackle above waist height, it's a penalty against you. So all tackles have to be below waist height. So now that's one.
Oh goodness, that's actually impossible. You can't do that. I mean, how? I mean, rugby players. I mean, a guy that's 7 foot tall. How on earth is he going to tackle someone that's 5'5"? You know? Oh my word. Anyway,
You have to drop and go low. So that's
no,
rule number one. And then rule number two, which I hate the most, it's no double hits. So double hit
are
is a
you
penalty.
serious?
So now think about it. You fly out for a fullback, and a prop runs at you on the 5 meters away from the try line. What are you gonna do? Because you
No,
have to take it down on your own,
it's just
and you have
there
to
we
go
go.
low.
It's okay. Well, that's once that gets that bit more public and things like that, it's gonna be a really good talking point. That because I mean, I'm not a rugby expert, but that's gonna. I don't know why they have to change the rules so often. That's what I'm basically saying. I think just play the game. It's sure.
Because the problem was, I saw my number 12. We were playing another team. He went low, and with the chances are you're gonna bump into someone who runs with high knees, then they're gonna knock you on the head eventually. So
So
yeah,
yeah,
he
you
was
see.
knocked. He was knocked out, but
Wow.
it's different. It's different. So
Yeah. It is.
it's one of those things to learn about, because I got used to loving to bear hug. So normally I'm up there, and then I'm like, no rules. I was like,
Yeah.
yes. I know everyone says, why do you do that? Because you're short, but that's what I got used to. So I was like, there, go up, meet him up there. Then I'm like, rules. It's late.
Yeah. This is gonna be interesting. Yeah. Sure. Anyway. See, but also just touching a bit on rugby, but something a bit differently. I believe you're quite involved in beach rugby. You started sort of like your own program there, something on the lines there.
Yes, the Durban Beach touch rugby.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
There's how it all started was every Sunday I used to post on Facebook, talk to friends, ask them to come around and let's play touch on Sunday at the beach. So it started slow. So normally you could have 6 guys in total. So it's 3 versus 3. So now you tied from the game on Saturday or Friday. And we had, I don't know what we were thinking actually. So we used to say we used to say there's no limit to the field. So now you've got like 200 meters to run,
Wow.
width of 200 meters, and then we like 50 meters try line to try line. Then you're like, okay. So as time went, we started getting numbers. I think it was late 2017. We started getting numbers. So then I started opening a Facebook page. Then I started an Instagram page.
Okay.
Then it started going very well because now we end up having 50 players on a Sunday, or we planning on making it big now. So it's not gonna
That's
be
great.
just socially. So yeah, but we'll see how it goes. It's gonna take time. But yeah, I'm just happy that even though I'm away from South Africa, the guys are still playing. Because I always tell the guys, okay, let's go play. Even they are complaining now with the lockdown,
Yeah.
that
That's true.
we should be playing. And it's always good times because you get guys who are there who, you know how it is when you end up being too good for touch rugby. I'll give away a secret to most people who are not used to this perfect skill. I normally say that. So so you know how guys get when you play. So you play and you make a touch, or if let's
Mm.
say you miss that touch, you don't touch a guy, and you're like, damn, I missed him. You don't do that. If it's a crucial time, you call a touch, serious face, you're like, I touched him.
Touch it.
You make a serious face. I touched him. No, I touched him. It's a touch.
Oh,
And when everyone goes back, you're like, yeah, man, I missed him. Then everything gets...
What is this? Brilliant. That's good. That's good.
So, guys, they'll be like, no, you didn't touch me. Like, I touched you. I touched your heel. You come up with something. Because now, at first, after you come up, after you own that case of that, I touched you. You look at what he's wearing. If he's wearing a big T-shirt, you're like, I touched your T-shirt right there at the back. That's it.
That's good. I'm pretty sure you have to be quite fit to play that beach rugby. So in all of it, it's actually brilliant because it works on your fitness, works on your skills. You get to play rugby, so it's a good thing. It's a really good thing.
Yeah, because we've seen a lot of guys who have improved in their skills, who have popped up to play beach rugby, because most of them, they weren't able to pass, and it depends on whose team you're playing for, because that's the other thing I've realized, because we select sides, and if the guy you're playing with is helping you in a way, then you improve there. Because sometimes you'll play in the team with someone who's very competitive, and you make a mistake. Oh man, what are you doing? And so it's always comes to playing sports. It depends on how passionate are you about that sport that you're playing. Because you think you're just playing a social game, but now someone is taking it so serious because they want to win. So that's what I came to see. And that's, for me, at the end of the day, I keep on, I'm happy that the guys are playing. I'm happy that the guys are enjoying themselves. I always feel good when I see people are sending messages. Hey, how do I join the pitch rapid thing? I wanna come play. And yeah, even though sometimes African time kills us, I know I always say we're starting at 3, then we start at 3:30. But it's part of life. Yeah. But anyway, it's a great thing going on in Durban. So
That's good. And Sipha, I see, and we sort of draw towards a close now. You've been doing some community work with your club as well, in helping out for the virus. I think you're distributing some food parcels, or you were just aiding people, helping where you could.
there's a guy who's close with the club. He's giving out pancakes at the hospital.
Okay.
So now, since he's in partnership with the club asked us to go there to show support to the medical staff, because in this tough time, they're the only people who are up and about to making sure that everyone recovers from the disease, the virus that we currently facing. So we went there to represent the club, and it was great. We took photos, we had a few chats, even though it's tough for me because now I have to try and look for words whenever I try to respond.
That's amazing. You go to a country like that, they just automatically assume you can talk French. Wow. And you must talk French.
No, because the times they look at you, then they start talking, then you're like,
yeah,
say. No, but at this moment, it's awesome, because I do understand. It's just the responding that's a problem. And I start thinking, I'm like, okay, what am I gonna say? Because I was telling a lot of my friends in South Africa that don't speak Afrikaans to me anymore, please. Because now some words in French are roughly the same as Afrikaans.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
Sure.
whenever I speak Afrikaans, I pop in some French words in there, and I'm like, okay, that's not right. And
That's
then I
brilliant.
start thinking, okay, what's the actual Afrikaans word for that specific? Then I'm lost. I can't get it. The French word keep popping up like, I'm here. Say me again. Say it one more time.
That's brilliant. That's
So,
brilliant.
yeah.
Awesome. Sipha, final question. If you weren't playing rugby, what would you be doing with your life?
If I wasn't playing, definitely I'd be in the fitness department.
Okay. Okay.
That's for sure. Because when I was in grade 9, I knew there that I wouldn't be someone who would be sitting in an office working in an office. I knew there that I'd be out and about. Either I'll be a sport coach or part of the fitness industry. So yeah, that's a definite.
No, that's brilliant. Really brilliant.
So I think that's why I ended up doing the personal trainer course, and yeah,
Okay.
because
That's
that's
great.
why I enjoy being out and about.
Yes. Oh, no, it's so important. I think everyone's really understanding now how important it is to be out and about. So you've done the right thing.
Yeah.
And all this time
Yeah.
you guys have been saying, get fit, get busy, exercise. So, yeah, it's,
The funny part is, guys, like most of the guys who are personal trainers and all that, they are. I don't know why. We're just training and that's it. Or training, then you tell your clients. But the guys who are not personal trainers, they're the one, hey, do this, do that during the lockdown. Yeah, the workouts. I'm like, what?
it's so true. It's so
Who are you?
true. Yeah, like 100% correct. Well,
Yeah.
interesting times.
So you know how life is. So because I think
Yeah,
a friend of mine once wrote that it's funny how almost everyone is a fitness trainer now since it's the
yeah,
lockdown session.
yeah. No, it's something to behold. I'll tell you. But Sipa, it's been absolutely brilliant chatting to you. Really enjoyed your stories, full of enthusiasm, full of life, and I'm sure we'll touch base again soon once your season gets up and going. Because I understand that your league is quite a busy one. You guys play lots of games, and it's quite intense. So it'll be good to catch up again and see how things are going.
Yeah, definitely. Because our season only starts in September. Unfortunately, they stopped it for this year. I was really upset. We were looking forward to destroying a lot of teams and go to the playoffs because we would be playing the playoffs now. We'll be playing playoffs this
Okay.
weekend or on Sunday. On
There's a
Sunday,
chance
but
to top 14. Yeah.
yeah. So since that's not happening, we're all focusing on next season now. We're taking it
Okay.
slowly. Everyone is getting fit. We're looking to play good rugby next year and look for and go up to Fed one. So step by step. But yeah, thank you for having me, and I'm
Absolute
sure
pleasure.
we will keep in touch in a later
No, it'll be
stage.
great. Yeah.
Yeah,
All the best, man, and I hope your career goes from strength to strength.
thank you very much. And enjoy the rest of your day and all the best too.
Thanks, Eva.
Yes, bye.